What's up, everyone? This is your favorite monkey with the high score of the week video for cracking 200 points. That's right, 200 for the first time this year. I think good doctor. I think you beat me in overall high score. Chubb laid an egg, so did the whole Browns offense. But I'm coming for you, and the week is early, so let's jump right into it here. We're going to go full analytical. I'm going to treat you guys in some little trade secrets, things that I look at when I'm looking for fantasy teams, and we're going to see if we can predict some of these because our predictions have been kind of weak this year. So jump into it. We're going to do me last because we know what's going to happen with that. We have Willis Dick versus the Good Doctor. This is going to be a good matchup. I think that the key thing with this is Devontae Adams. I think that Devontae is going to be the wide receiver one at the end of the year. Chris Godwin, praise him, is wide receiver one right now, but I do think that that changes. I think that if Devontae plays, Good Doctor wins this 120 to 107. OBJ is about to go off, so there's something that I like to look at called the air yards model, and OBJ is the highest air yards model, meaning that he is the most likely to regress to the mean positively in this case. Regression is negative, in this case regression is positive. But I think that OBJ is going to go off. I think Gallup's a beast. I think that if Devontae Adams plays, that gives her the extra kick in the ass, and she gets over, beats Willis Dick. Willis goes to 3-3, about to be tied with me. So does Amber. If Devontae does not play, I think that Willis has a much better chance, and I actually think it's going to be really close. Willis might win this game. But if Devontae plays, which it looks like he's going to, Good Doctor 120, Willis Dick 107. Next up, we have the Sleevers versus Coors Light and the NASCAR Boys. I think Coors kind of rolls on this one. He has a couple really good matchups. Evans got the bagel last week. I don't think that happens again. I think Sony Michel is going to be one of the best running backs of this week. Those Thursday night games, New England's going to run the ball down their throat. Rex Burkhead's we don't really know. I really do think that Sony Michel has a huge game, and I think Coors rolls 131 to 110. Lamar Jackson against Cincinnati is just a ridiculous matchup. It's hard to bench the number one starting quarterback against Cleveland, but when you have Lamar Jackson playing Cincy, I think it's going to be insane. Hooper has been a steal this season. I remember you wanted to trade for tight ends early on, and you grabbed Edmonds as the backup. I had like a $40 bid or something, so good for you. Always get your handcuffs. Way to go. So let's jump into the next one. We have No Vid Kid versus I Have Utters Greg. Utters, your team is ridiculous. Christian McCaffrey is the best player in fantasy, let alone the best running back. I mean, the dude is just a beast. I saw he's a little banged up this week. He's young. He should be out there. Leonard Fournette has been a bell cow back, and there has not been a lot of bell cow backs, and Lenny Fournette and C-Mac have both been them this year. You are just rolling people. You have two, I believe, high score of the weeks. I think that you're going to win this one 140 to 110. Ryan's sitting there at 3-2. Great team, traded for Kelsey. Fitz has been money this year. Go Cardinals. I think that Gordon is bound to break off. New England as a whole had a lot of players in the air yards model for this week. So I think that Gordon does finally have a better game. And I think DJ Moore against Tampa Bay is also another really, really good matchup. I want to love Kerryon Johnson, and his usage has been there, but I'm not sold. And Gurley, man, that San Francisco defense is no joke. They came to play, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I think that as good of a quarterback or as good as a matchup as Brady has, I don't think he's going to have to do much. The Pats should roll that Thursday night game, and I really think it's going to be a Sony Michel game. On the other side, Cal, your tight end and receivers, I think Emmanuel Sanders is going to have a huge game. I think that they're trying to trade him. I think that they pepper him with targets. Philip Dorsett, again, all of New England, big in the buy low air yards model. I think that you continue to roll. As it is right now, I think you might be on track to put up high score of the week, but we'll see. You never know what's going to happen. So let's jump into the next one. We have, Oops All Sleepers versus the Graham FC. Not as big of a fan of Graham FC as I was against the previous name, but here we are. Oops All Sleepers. What happened, man? You were doing so hot. The Sleepers. No, in all seriousness, your bye week schedule is brutal. I have the same thing coming up here in 2 weeks, so I'm about to feel your pain. But man, four guys on bye is brutal. I think that Marlon Mack's been a stud, and obviously losing Saquon has been really, really hard. You lose your first round pick. Ask Amber from a couple years ago. You lose your first round pick, it's hard to recover from that, especially in this competitive of a league. Mahomes is a stud. Your running backs, we already talked about that. I think Allen's going to have a monster game, and I love the Lockett connection. Lockett and Wilson, that is an every week DFS stack. I love that stack on DFS. They are always putting up numbers. Landry's been good in the Packers defense, man. I love it. I don't know. This one I think is going to be tough. I think this is going to be one of the closer games of the week. I think that Graham FC is going to pull this out. I think it's going to be about 120 to 110. DJ Chark on the other side, the preseason hero turned regular season hero. I love it. I didn't invest heavily enough in him in drafts. He was a really big name in the preseason. Way to go. He's a beast. I don't know. I think it's going to be really good. I think Allen has a really big game, but I really think that the MFC ekes it out in the end. So way to go. We're all going to be bunched up together even closer in the standings. Next we have Token versus Touch the Fence. Token, the roles have switched. You are now have one the easier schedules compared to the rest of us. So congratulations, making them pay. Clearly that's been your issue. You're 4-1, kicking our asses. I think you have a great team. I think you're going to roll this week. I have you winning 135 to 115 over Touch the Fence. Dalvin Cook has been a beast. Hopkins, I think, bounces back this week. I think they're going to feed him. I think that game's going to be really high scoring. Casey's been weird, though. It's been opposing receivers. There's only been, in the past 7 games, there's only been 5 receivers that have top 10 points in non-PPR, so it's a little bit different for us in PPR, but kind of an interesting stat, and I think that that has a potential. Hopkins has potential to lay another egg, but I think that they pepper him with targets, and he's going to end up with 7, 8, 9, 10 catches against that KC defense that is just a sieve. We'll see. They do have Honey Badger. Shout out. I miss you on the Cardinals. But Honey Badger playing the slot. Got a sweet pick last week. He's going to definitely be doubling down and playing some of Hopkins. So we'll see how that matchup goes. But Terry McLaurin against Miami. And then Will Dissly, the best blocking tight end, is now one of the best receiving tight ends. Who would have thought? The double tight end strategy, I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, but I think that even if Hill comes back for Touch the Fence, I'm not sure he plays a bunch. Cooks, I don't know if he's going to play. Breida, stud, love him. And then, New York Patriots, which the Patriots, interestingly enough, they would be ranked like the wide receiver 6 or 7, I think, on the year, and the running back 5 or 6 on the year. Like, they've scored that many points in a standard league that they're a top 10 running back and a top 10 wide receiver in points. So another good matchup against the Giants. Danny Dimes is looking good, but he's still a rookie, and Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick, and I would not want to face him. So I think that Token, I think you win 135 to 115. Hop bounces back, McLaurin rolls, and on to the next. So as per tradition, the last and the best matchup is yourself, or myself, and I think that this is a really close game. I actually think that both of us are going to score a ton of points. I think Freeman goes nuts against the Cardinals defense, which is not good. I think Kamara goes nuts against Jacksonville. Cooper Kupp has been every bit as good as advertised. Sutton's a wide receiver 1. Outside of that 70-yard touchdown, he didn't do a whole lot in the last game, but that's definitely possible. Kittle, finally, the buy low window has closed. I've tried to trade him everywhere, or trade for him everywhere, but I think he's officially back. And then Alshon, what's going to happen with Minnesota, we don't really know. But at the end of the day, I think I got Cooper playing the Jets, which might get out of hand early. I got Goblin playing Carolina, and Goblin's been a stud. Carolina can't cover the slot for shit. They're getting lit up. He already had 120-plus yards against him earlier, so I think it could happen again. And Tyler Boyd finally regressed to the mean. MFC, I know you think it was luck, but I'm telling you, this dude is top 5 in targets in the NFL. He was so overdue for positive regression. And so, say what you want about luck. Dude has been getting peppered with targets and was time to get in the end zone. I think he does it again against Baltimore. I think the Chargers roll against Pittsburgh defensively. And I think that Elliott finally has his game. We've seen a big game from Chubb. We have not seen a big game from Elliott. I think Elliott rolls, and I think quarterback-wise, Watson's a beast. So I don't know if I'm going to go back-to-back high score of the weeks. I really wanted to put myself for high score of the weeks and be cocky and confident, but I think that legit Cal has a really good matchup. But I think that I'm close, so I have this one at 135 to 130. I barely eke it out. Dude, you have a hell of a good team. I think this is going to be a dogfight of a matchup. as every matchup is in this league. So, Ryan, I hope you like the hat. This is for you, buddy. I have to enjoy it while I have it. It is comfortable. It is warm. It just embraces your head. It's all fuzzy. It feels great with the beard, so I suggest you keep the beard going because otherwise your face might be a little weird. But I'm keeping it warm for you, and come draft day, it'll be yours, and I can't wait to pass it off. So have a great week. Love playing with you guys. Love this league, and good luck to everybody.